Nightfall had descended when Bellona came across the first grave. A sword stood upright in freshly churned earth, surrounded by its kindred that filled the spaces between crumbling headstones. These were soldiers' graves, shallowly dug between other graves that had stood there for centuries. Small objects lay where the blades met the ground. Food, cloth, whatever the living could spare. Offerings to the gods of the dead, to pay their brothers' passage in their journey beyond life. A soft hiss and a softer touch against her foot alerted Bellona to the serpent slithering across the ground. She formed a blade in her hand, ready to drive its tip down through the creature's skull, when the slim haft of a cane appeared beneath her chin. A voice, low and cultured, said that the snake would prefer if she didn't kill it. Bellona aimed her blade against the speaker's abdomen, demanding he put the cane away before she cut him in half. Laughter greeted her threat from the face of a man's grinning skull. The snake spiraled up a thin body along his arm to rest around his cane. He mused to himself how impolite all war gods were. Bellona lowered her blade and faced him. She knew who he was. He was Baron Samedi, a death god, master of souls between the lands of the living and the dead. The Baron grinned wide, taking his introduction as flattery. Bellona spread her arms and explained that Ragnarok threatened everything, those alive and dead. She came to seek his aid. Baron Samedi said he was quite aware of the ongoing apocalypse. Spirits he had led to peace are suddenly not so peaceful, and the dead refused to lay still. They strode amongst the graves together. The Baron hopped atop the headstones and danced between them with an easy flourish. He said he would help her, but only if she did him a favor. There were so many dead, none of them can make their way to the afterlife. They needed guidance. He stopped before one of the soldiers' graves and asked her to help him with this grave. Bellona asked why this grave in particular. Amused, he said that this one was screaming her name. Contact with the newly dead man flooded Bellona's senses with his dying moment. The clash of shields, shattering of spears, the cries of anger and pain, the sour reek of fear. His spirit emerged from the soil, a reflection of the man he had once been, as though viewed through a tarnished mirror. She called the man Antioch, for he had once been her champion. The soul writhed as he recognized his goddess's voice. He asked where he was and showed his frustration for not being able to find his sword. Bellona crouched beside the grave and told him he didn't need it anymore. Antioch's spirit shivered as he contorted in agony from the blow that had killed him. He gasped, revealing he was in great pain, and struggled to breathe. Bellona silenced him with her steel voice. She detested seeing him in this state. She told him he should comfort himself in the fact that he was the champion of the war goddess. He mustn't linger on pain. She encouraged him to remember his triumphs. The siege of Nolus, shattering the line at Visindri Pass. She commanded him to go there. The spirit ceased its thrashing. The images in Bellona's mind became those of a conquering warrior, rallying his kin in the shield wall, reaping lives with spear and sword, raising his banner over a vanquished foe. Agony within Antioch was replaced with golden warmth. She told the warrior to rest within his triumph, revel in his glory, and know peace. Antioch sank beneath the earth as a soft sigh echoed for a brief moment in her head. She rose to her feet and announced that Antioch's journey had reached its end. But Baron Samedi chuckled, saying that nothing ever ends. There was an ocean of souls waiting for him, and they wouldn't see to themselves. But he assured her that he would aid her when the time came. Until then, he would appreciate it if she did something for him. She dubiously asked what it was. The skull flashed his grin once more and produced a bottle. There was a soft pop as he uncorked it with his thumb. He told her to have a drink with him and quit being so serious all the time. The way she carried on, someone would think the world was ending.